Hours to sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy the tour. I do have a co-host for this tour today. You may know him as the host of the Tonight Show and NBC's That's My Jam.
For season 2, welcome to the Poppy Zone.
You can catch all episodes of That's My Jam on Peacock. But that has got me in a musical mood. So I'm going to play some music from Universal Films throughout the years.
Bring the noise. Watch me do changes and try to keep up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. See the yellow in the double rain. She know that and she not saying you know you make me wanna.
Oh my gosh, look at her.
Hey. Ooh. All right, we're taking off. Going away, ceilings, everyone on your left. Now, I can't do this tour all by myself. Our amazing driver, Marty. Everyone say hello, Marty. Hello, Marty. All right. Now I'm going to welcome back our co-host. Services. We're big enough to have our own zip code and our very own fire station. On your right hand side is Fire Station 51. Not a stage, not Hollywood magic. They are here to keep us safe. And when Universal City first opened, it was about 230 acres, and now we're roughly 400, making us the largest studio in Los Angeles. And as we move forward down our Universal timeline, you may notice the famous logo on top of these posters. Now that logo has evolved throughout the years, and it wasn't until the 1930s that it would appear in the beginning of a Universal film. Now the lot we're going to enter has two sections. We have the front lot and the back lot. We're about to enter the front lot where we have TV and film offices, our editing department, our sound department, and a majority of our 36 sound stages. Coming up on your left is Sound Stage 12, one of our largest, most historic stages here on the lot. A lot of sets have been built inside of Stage 12, such as Frankenstein's Lab, Dracula's Castle, Scarface's Mansion, the Visitor Center in Jurassic Park. The whole town of Whoville was built inside of that stage. Now on your right hand side, you'll start to notice how close in proximity the theme park is to the studios. So while you're in Bowser's Castle, your favorite actor could be filming an episode of your favorite show, and the stage is coming up to your left-hand side. Now inside of a sound stage, we can create any kind of setting that the script demands. And a majority of filming is done inside of a sound stage because they offer a completely controlled environment, allowing us to film anytime, day or night. Now, a few shows that have filmed here recently on the front lot have been The Kelly Clarkson Show, and she was recently a coach on NBC's The Voice. Also, Hacks, starring Emmy Award-winning Gene Smart, was filmed here on the front lot. And the show Bel Air, which is a dramatic reboot of the 90s sitcom Palmer. Now, coming up on your left, Mindy Lahiri lived in the Mindy Project, but people still recognize it from the film Bruce Almighty.
Raise the door!
I'm in the shower!
You're done. Great. B-E-A-U.
Now the area we're entering now is called Courthouse Square. Now you'll likely recognize as Hill Valley from Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Future and Back to the Future 2. It was also the courthouse in the classic film To Kill a Mockingbird. And this will also be the setting of the TED series that I mentioned earlier, set in Boston in 1993. But Back to the Future is a great example of how these sets can be used to represent any different time period that the story calls for.
It was actually the back lot of the courthouse square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had seen something in the clock tower on that ledge. There was a ledge about that wide, and I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought, there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a table.
You may also recognize this town square as Kingston Falls from the movie Gremlins, or maybe as a 1940s Los Angeles in Marvel's Agent Carter. Or from small town to a big city, we're about to turn the corner onto New York Street. Now this is a perfect location to get that lawn tracking shot of your main character walking downtown, that aerial crane shot of a superhero showdown, or that sweeping drone shot from one end of the street to the other for a high-speed chase. Now these buildings are 50 feet tall, and the street comes equipped with its very own theater district, financial district, and its own Macy's building. But it's also where my co-host, Jimmy Fallon, feels the most.
Oh, that was fun. Debbie the other day I saw I'll try to get that. I'm the victim here. Don't you smile. Don't you smile like that. Hey, they're not all good.
Now picture cars could do more than just take our characters to their destinations. They can tell us more about our characters' personalities or the time period in which their show or film is in, taking us all the way to the future, 2015, where we have flying cars and Back to the Future 2, or all the way back in the past, the Stone Age era with the Flintstones. But picture cars could also add a futuristic touch to any story, like the self-driving Ford Explorers in Jurassic Park.
I like watching scary movies. I'll watch them with my friends. If my friends don't say anything about it.
To Jurassic Park.
Yes, we're headed to an island off the coast of Costa Rica. Up ahead, you're going to see set pieces, props, and more for June 11th. And it's one of the most successful movies of all time, spawning the franchise Jurassic World, starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. Now these set pieces may look like they're made of metal, but they're actually painted to look like metal, and they're made of mostly plywood, just like our Metropolitan sets. And the vehicle coming up on your left-hand side, this is the mobile lab that was used in the Lost World Jurassic Park, featuring Julianne Moore, Jeff Goldblum, and Vince Vaughn. Now these cages are looking a little empty. Oh my goodness, and that's why. Car 2, Car 3, Car 4, it's not too late for you. The dinosaurs are taking a little water break, just a heads up. And on your left, you'll see the lovely Spinosaurus, just wanting to say hello. Now here's a closer look of that mobile lab in action.
Oh, she's hungry.
Now, in that scene, Julianne Moore was not dangling off a cliff. That cliff was actually a parking garage right here on the lot, just to look like a cliff. It was also raining in that scene, and rain can really set the tone, making a sad scene more sad, a romantic scene more romantic, an action sequence more intense. However, we can't rely on Mother Nature to have rain fall on cue, so we have to create it. Now, how do we create rain, you ask? I'll tell you. We use the advanced technology of sprinklers to sprout water into the air to have it fall on the ground naturally. Now, this area here is called Old Mexico, and it sounds like there's rain in the forecast, so remember to remain seated, arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Now, when capturing rain, lighting is important. Not just for lightning, but it helps capture that water successfully on film by illuminating the rain. And sound for thunder will be added after filming and post-production. And when you tie all of those elements together, it just creates the perfect scene for rain or a meditation app. Well, it looks like we're in a little bit of a flash flood, everyone. Nothing to worry about, it's just water, you know, but like a lot of it. You may recognize this area from a movie called Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti, Amanda Bynes, and Frankie Muniz. Recognize this area from Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black. But we are leaving Old Mexico and have entered the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, where countless movies and TV westerns were made. Movies like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Margot Robbie. Coming up on your left-hand side, you'll see the saloon that was used in many key scenes in that film. The saloon is what we call a practical set, because you're able to film on the inside and the outside of that building. We do have another type of set here called facades. Now, a facade is just a false front. We just build what the camera will see, and we'll film the outsides of that building. But this area is called 6 Points because there was a time there were 6 streets here, and each street was its own town. So 6 westerns could film at the same time. In first car, you'll see it now. The 2 doorways to your left-hand side are 2 different sizes on purpose. The cowboy of the western will be placed in front of the smaller doorway, so they appear bigger and more intimidating on camera. Where the damsel of distress of the story will be placed in front of the bigger doorway, so they appear smaller and more vulnerable on camera. Now car 2, car 3, car 4, when we pull forward, it will be the 2 doorways on your left-hand side with the 2 chairs in the middle. But just so everyone's aware, our tour is approximately at the halfway mark, so I just want to remind everyone to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is a private property, so if you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you, but do remain seated on the tram. Now on your left-hand side, you'll see a big body of water, and that is Park Lake. Now Park Lake was the Amazon River in the film Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now that, my friends, is the Gill Man, just one of the many classic Universal monsters. Because from the 1920s to the 1950s, Universal was known as the monster-making studios. Monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Son of Frankenstein, that whole family, the birthplace, right here at Universal. Now, these classic monster movies were helpful to the studios during the Great Depression because they were so affordable to make and they generated a lot of revenue. Now, we're about to enter an area we call Little Europe. And Little Europe is some of the stomping grounds of these classic Universal monsters. And Little Europe is also a very versatile set, so it can be any place in the world that we need it to be. You may recognize it as Genovia from the Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, or maybe as the afterlife in The Good Place.
You and Michelle Straw are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. Everyone's going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
Now, if you'd like to go to the bad place, you would take the railway station coming up on your left-hand side to get there. But on your right-hand side, we call this area the Court of Miracles. And this is where angry villagers would gather in a mob state in these classic monster movies to get rid of the monster that's wreaking havoc on their town. Monsters like Frankenstein.
Listen now, the monster. He's in the woods. Get out the bloodhouse. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Take your torches and go!
See, none of that's gonna happen to us. We're good. On your left-hand side, you'll see the billboard for Amity Island. And don't get confused by it saying beach closed. I have connections. We're good. But just in case for your safety, remember to remain seated, arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. What a nice day. The sun came out. The water looks nice. Oh, no. It's okay, like I said, our police divers are on it. Specifically, George is out there somewhere. He's the best in the business, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And there he is. George, go underneath the water if you're okay. Yeah, see, he's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We'll just hang out behind these barrels of gasoline and just chill. Look at that. The pier is moving all by itself. That's fun. Our mechanical shark Bruce, modeled after the mechanical shark Bruce and the summer blockbuster Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. But if you look closely at this shark, it's the only shark in the world you'll see do the backstroke.
Is that real?
Now, while filming Jaws, the shark had a lot of mechanical issues that made it difficult to film. Sometimes the shark would work, a lot of times the shark wouldn't work. I'll let Steven Spielberg tell you himself.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever we were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The sharks were well enough for a while there. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Is there a real shark?
No, it's mechanical.
Now, that town on your left was Cabot Cove in the television series Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. And on your left, you'll notice a house that's yellow and has a green roof. That was Boo Radley's house in the classic film To Kill a Mockingbird. And coming up on your right-hand side, you'll see the chicken ranch that was used in the musical The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton, where she sings, I Will Always Love You.
I'm in jail
Now from one house to many others, we have reached Colonial Street, which is our residential neighborhood right here on the Universal lot. And it's very convenient to film here rather than out in the actual neighborhood. Because for one, you don't have to ask anyone to relocate for the time of filming. You can also control a lot of the elements like the seasons. If you want it to look like fall, you can lay a bunch of leaves everywhere, or snow for winter. You can land a helicopter in the middle of the street, no problem, like in the film Why Him, starring Bryan Cranston and James Franco. But I think this street is probably still best recognized as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
Oh, I know that.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
What the heck? Let's do that.
Now, if you're a fan of the show Never Have I Ever, starring Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, coming up on your right-hand side, the yellow house is where Davy lives. Now, most of these houses are semi-practical. That means you're able to film partially on the inside and the outside. And Universal Studios is a rental property, so that means any studio or production company can film here. A great example is Desperate Housewives, because they were an ABC show, but they filmed here at Universal. And here are some more Colonial Street examples. Vehicles, Bumblebee and Barricade from Transformers. Now you may have noticed some of our Fast and Furious vehicles inside the park, promoting the 10th installment of the Fast series, Fast X, which is in theaters now. But another notable picture car is Marianne Crane's car from the film Psycho, where she leaves town in a hurry and in her out. And there's Norman Bates. Hey Norman, can we get like 5 minutes of your time? Can we do like a little Q&A? We ask you questions, you answer them. He seems a little busy. I'll ask him again if he comes back out. But on top of the hill there, that is the original Psycho house. Now it's a facade, so it's just a shell of a building. Not much going on in the inside. It's okay, everyone. He's just helping that nice woman to her car. And maybe she prefers the trunk, you know, so she doesn't get motion sickness. Hey, Norman. Can we get like 5 minutes of your time? Okay, 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Just for like a Q. Okay, you could have said no. This seems like a bad time for you. We'll come back. Never. We're never coming back, guys. Norman, where are you going? We're leaving, I promise. This thing's going for you, carport, watch out. Wow. That was, like I was saying earlier, it's a facade. It's just a shell of a building, not much going on the inside. Except for Mother. Mother might be in there waiting for you. From one scary world to another, we're entering the War of the Worlds set from the film War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. Now on your left, that is a real 747 Boeing plane, broken into several pieces and then moved into place by flatbed trucks. And the houses on the right-hand side were modeled after a real neighborhood in New Jersey. Now there was a Boeing logo on the plane, but it was smeared off because Boeing didn't want to be associated with a plane crash.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stevie had.
We first began to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Get them closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
How the film came out, Steven Spielberg had a 5-year hold on this set. That means no other production could film here until that 5-year hold was over. The reason being because he wanted this set to be solely associated with his film, War of the Worlds. But after that 5-year hold was over, any production was more than welcome to film here at the War of the Worlds set, such as the television series Community, starring Joel McHale and Donald Glover. They filmed at one of the houses here on the set. Nicki Minaj filmed a music video here for her song Fly, featuring Rihanna.
And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on 2 things, sweet cheeks. 1, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And 2, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come. He'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger.
Oh no.
Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, Stink Pickle.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like it.
Mute him.
Don't you?
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
Alright guys, looks like we're in a little bit of a stink pickle situation. But like I was saying earlier, I have a strange feeling you're going to need those 3D glasses, so have those ready to go.
Hey, you! They just got here. All right, I got it. But listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the 3rd row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you in Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that 3rd row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? That's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, only one. All right, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw confined with you. We need your help.
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move. Bill, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight.
First of all, I don't work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop messages clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family protects me.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in another zone.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
It's our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime. Hook him up. I got the bull by the horn. Now we're moving. Witness is mine, lady.
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away. Way to go, buddy. Don't line up the missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Brother, don't shoot. Head on the bridge. Under construction. Everybody hold on. Hit the nitrous. Army die.
Actually, three. Anybody know what those could be? Possible. It's very rare. All these people that way. We're going to look at
Okay, you'll be here, okay?
We've got more Super Mario Brothers area. Kids is going to try to ride the Jurassic World. All of them. There we go. Magkakaroon ko ay video. Sabi na mag-flashing yan mag-record siya kanya. Nakagapoy ko Hindi yan nagsahiraw. Kahit sama-sama lang.
So I guess